Alright, so I've ordered and received replacement FETs. These are the FTP23N10A 100 volt rated FETs, straight from mainline China. So the first thing I'm going to do is get out my MK168 transistor tester and measure all 10 of them and try to find out what their bias voltage is and match them up in match sets, because I have 2 sets in this unit that I need to replace. Man, I tell you what, I got lucky on this batch. Every single one tested exactly the same. That is totally awesome. So I don't even have to match these things up. They're all perfectly matched from the factory. Normally, when I order a set of FETs, I order 10 because I might get 4 or 5 or even 6 that are somewhat closely matched, but I've never got 10 that were exactly matched to the same gain and the same voltage. So let's go ahead and pop 4 of these into this thing and go ahead and fire it up, make sure everything works good. Alright, so the new FETs are installed. There's one set all soldered up and ready to go, and the other set soldered up and ready to go. And I did go ahead and pull D29 out of the board, clean the bottom of it, clean the pads, and clean the circuit board, as well as I scraped off all of the corrosion on that discharge resistor that the factory decided not to install. I definitely believe that was the problem, because you can see how much the circuit board is corroded around that because of the arcing. You can actually see a copper ball right there because it got so hot it melted the copper right there. But anyhow, it's all ready to go, and we just got to go ahead and fire it up. I'll show you a peak-to-peak voltage across the FETs, which is the reason I didn't use the 75 volt FETs. So here is a view of the oscilloscope across the source and the drain of one of the FETs. So it says we're running at 134 kilohertz, and the peak-to-peak voltage is 92 to 94 volts, depending on when it actually does its sampling. And so the 75 volt FETs would not have made it in this application. So I'm supplying exactly 36 volts into this unit right now, and I'm getting 92 volts from source to drain on one of the 2 FETs. Let's measure the other one. And I'm getting the same thing on the other one. I saw a voltage up to 95 volts. If you look at the bottom left part of your screen, you'll see the peak-to-peak voltage on the display right there. So as you can see, you would not want to use the 75 volt rated FETs in this unit, because we are running 94, 95 volts peak to peak right now, and I'm just worried those 75 volt FETs would fail. So I've only got the master portion, the bottom portion running right now. I have not installed the slave or the top portion yet, but I will do that momentarily, and we'll give it a final test and get it ready to ship back to the customer. I feel confident that the problem was the corrosion on the board, so I think this thing is going to be just fine. Just for the heck of it, let's take a look at the output voltage on the scope and see what it looks like. So that is what the output waveform looks like, a stepped square wave, or as they call it, a modified sine wave. Because if you go from this point right here down to that point and then back up to this point, it is somewhat of a sine wave, but it is a stepped square wave. Now I don't know why the scope's not reading the frequency correctly, but it is 60.7 hertz right now. So the scope can't read it correctly. It is 124 volts RMS. So let's go ahead and throw this thing back together and give it a final test. All right, both halves are back together. They're mated as one once again. So I have a 100 watt equivalent LED bulb. Unfortunately, I don't have any incandescent bulbs, and unfortunately my batteries are too far gone to put any kind of a load on this thing. But I can go ahead and screw this in. We can see it does light. Everything is good. It's up, it's running. Both halves running once again. I think we're going to be just fine. I certainly hope you enjoyed the repair on the AIMS 120 volt inverter, 5000 watt output, 36 volt DC input. Go ahead and leave me a question, a comment, a concern down below, good or bad. I'll try to respond to the comments when I have time. While you're down there, hit that subscribe button and like this video. It really does help my channel grow. You can follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at NorCal715. You can email me, NorCal715videos@gmail.com. Please be patient. I do have a full-time job, and I do this in my spare time. Remember, with your help, we can try to keep these things out of the landfill, out of the recycle bin, and out of the e-waste facility. Everybody, thank you for making it to the end of this video. I really do appreciate it. Everyone have a great day. Thank you so much for watching once again. Bye-bye. So a little bonus footage testing the old FETs. First with the ohm meter just to find out which ones were actually shorted. So I'm going to go drain to source. That one's not shorted. That one is definitely a short. That one is definitely a short. And that one's not shorted. So let's see if we can turn these things on with the ohm meter. So first we'll just go drain to source. So that one is turned on now. Okay, so that one is turned on. Now it's turned off. Now it's on. Now it's off. On. Off. Okay, so that one is good. So that's turned on. So there's turned on. And turned off. Oh, and we're going to get a CAT scan. We're going to get, well, maybe not. The cat was thinking about doing a CAT scan. So yes, I can turn this one on. 509. 116 is turned on. 509 is turned off. So 570, 115, so it's turned on right now. And now it's turned off, 508. Yeah, so that's turned on. 562 and 144, and then if I touch the gate with the negative lead, 508, and it's open, so that is turned off. So let's go ahead and pop them in the transistor tester and test them as well. So 572 millivolts and 3.1 forward bias. And 572 millivolts and 3.0 forward bias. Now the new ones were 2.6. So those are the two good ones. No, self-test mode. That means it's a dead short. 0.1 and 0.02 ohms. That thing is absolutely toast. 0.85 and 0.06. That thing is toast as well. I hope you enjoyed the bonus footage. Everyone have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.